Welcome back to the Coach Cameron podcast. This episode is brought to you by JessicaMcDonald.com. Go to JessicaMcDonald.com, learn more about her and how you can book her. You can get her to come out and speak to your organization. Go to JessicaMcDonald.com, learn more. And she's also playing next Saturday. Yeah, June 27th, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in Salt Lake. This is episode 529. Oh, my word. So, yeah, you can watch North Carolina take on the Portland Thorns next Saturday, June 27th at 10:30 a.m. That's Mountain Standard Time at Zions Bank Stadium. But you can't go there, but you can watch it on CBS and CBS Access. Hopefully you can CBS All Access, sorry. Hopefully I can get my media pass. I'm trying to become media, but I'm not worthy for media because I'm just not. I should be more worthy than the other media outlets because all they do is spread lies and we had to listen to that garbage. Yeah, that's a problem. So I'm going to spread some lies for you, maybe, because I get a lot of my stuff on Google, and Google only lets you see what you want to see. I don't know. Ex-Arsenal soccer player admits having sex with a 14-year-old girl. That's a problem. On Tuesday, the 22-year-old pleaded guilty to engaging in sexual activity with a child as well as making and distributing shameful images of a child, the BBC said. So Tyrell Robinson, he was ordered to sign the sex offenders registry before he was allowed to leave the Bradford Crown Court on bail, according to the website. You must not assume that the fact that I'm adjourning sentencing and granting you bail is to mean that any particular sentence will not be imposed upon you, says Judge Jonathan Rose. All options will be open to the judge who deals in your case, and that will very much include a possibility of prison sentencing. A date was not yet given for sentencing. So what I think happened, because he's not in jail, and this happened actually 2 years ago, and he's not admitting to the distribution part of it, but he did admit of having sex with the 14-year-old. I think he contacted his boy, Prince Andrews. He's like, Prince Andrews, hook me up, brother. I'm in trouble. I screwed up. And I admitted to it. Prince Andrews said, you shouldn't have admitted to it, dummy. Deny, deny, deny. It's kind of what we do. That's why Prince Andrews is safe, and maybe that's why Tyrell Robinson is safe. Speaking of this whole frickin' pedophiles, George Epstein. So I cover his topic yesterday on my podcast, and I did a 28-minute podcast, and then I had one segment that I think it was like 7 minutes about George Epstein and that Netflix docuseries called Filthy Rich. It's a scary docuseries, but anyways, on YouTube, on my analytics, it shows no viewers. And I'm like, what? I average 3.7 people per video. It's a little higher than that, but I'm small time. But to have zero, I don't get zero unless I talk about George Epstein, and I mentioned Donald Trump. I also mentioned Prince Andrews, and I mentioned some high-powered individuals, and I think, I don't know, I think because people with money can buy YouTube and buy Google and buy the ones that can influence things to take me off their analytics because I mentioned that. Maybe. I don't know. Do your own research, but that's what happened to me, I think. But I don't know. On to better news. Germany is hosting Ghost Games, and the fans are not happy. Without fans, it's not football. Football lives from the fans, says this news outlet. I don't really know who's reporting on this. But when soccer clubs Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund meet on the pitch, it's called the Classic, and it's a big deal to the German soccer world. The success of Germany's lockdown means alongside shops, restaurants, and museums, soccer is now back on the pitch. That you think that be make people happy? It's not. If you think fans would be happy, you're wrong. The rules governing soccer soccer's return ban all fans from attending games, including their 51-page document stating the rules and the players. They only can almost slap hands. They can't do that. Can't touch each other. They can tackle each other in a brutal tackle and do those things, but after a goal is scored, don't touch. Stay away, because we're trying to create the appearance of safety. And it's weird because this virus has a 99.99999, fatality rate. Oh no, there's a 99.99999 chance that you won't die from it. So anyways, depending on your situation, but for most people in the world, we're not going to die from it, but we're going to all be scared. Be scared, stay locked up, deal with it. No one knows that we don't know, and that's a problem. So the players are also adapting to a new reality. There's no handshakes, which we discussed. Even if they celebrate goals, they're supposed to not to hug, not to touch, so they're forbidden. So people are trying to get on with this. There's one Dortmund fan club that's called there's a bar called Total Offense, and they have a solution of distancing viewing, and they showed video of where they were. It's not the same. People are being denied the ability to actually socialize and do all these things because we haven't figured a way to do it. No one knows how we should move forward other than you go on social media, people just tear you a new one for not wearing a mask, or even the thought of questioning wearing a mask, even though we get conflicting information nonstop. But anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about Eric Wynalda, who got fired today. And Eric Wynalda got fired from Las Vegas Lights, I think. Former U.S. soccer star Eric Wynalda was fired Wednesday as coach of the Las Vegas Lights of the USL League Championship. Wynalda is 51 and was hired in October 18th ahead of the team's second season in the second-tier league. The team made the announcement on Twitter. Yeah, that's what we do. Las Vegas finished 13th among 18 teams with the Western Conference with 11 wins, 15 losses, and 8 draws. And it opened its first match this season and only match this season to a 1-1 draw at San Diego, playing its first match and coached by former U.S. star Landon Donovan. Wynalda's American record of 34 international goals was beaten by Donovan, who is tied with Clint Dempsey for the most goals scored, which is 57. So I looked at it. So why would Wynalda get cut? It has to be money. I mean, he's probably not cheap because of his name. But I looked at, it's not from losing. It can't be, because if you go look at the transfermarket.us, I had to do this because I was Googling everything about USL and who, pays. I'm sure if I research a little harder, I could find out who pays the most. But the only thing I could really find, according to my limited research time, if you go to transfermarket.us, it shows the ranking or value of each team, player value. So Las Vegas Lights ranks number 27 in the USL as far as player value of a 2.39. San Antonio's number 1 with 5.53 million value, and the Rising FC has a value of 5.31 million according to Transfer Market. So $2.39 million value of his team will not give you much results. It'll give you kind of a record what you have, but let's be honest, it doesn't matter the coach. It matters about the players. You need a good manager to manage and put the right players in position and give a pep talk, But I have, you see, the ones watching me on YouTube, I have Corderio on here and Wynalda as he was trying to become the president, which would have been great. Anything but the banker. And the banker ended up quitting on us anyways because he couldn't get along with Megan Rapinoe and equal pay and stuff because logic wasn't working. He's a banker, and the numbers didn't make sense with paying the women more money. That's why they lost in court because they actually made more, but there is problems. It's just, I think the women, got a weak law firm, and if you got a better law firm, you'd win. Just ask OJ. So that's a problem. But I would have loved to have Eric Wynalda as a president because he had a platform about there's a problem with the pay to play. So, which moves us on to our next topic, pay to play. So today we had from the soccerwire.com the top 100 club rankings on the girls' side. Number one club, according to soccerwire.com for girls soccer, is Solar. Solar SC is based out of Texas, and it costs $6,000 to $7,000 a year to play there. Man, if you had twins, you're screwed. And then Tofat Soccer Club from Atlanta is number 2. I never heard of Tofat, but apparently they're number 2. And third, we have SoCal Blue. So let's talk about these groups. So Tofat, I went to their website, and the Junior Academy is, the rec program. That's like U8. It's $1,175 if you pay full in June. That's a Junior Academy. And then U9 Academy is $1,325, and U11's $1,425, and U12 Academies and up is $1,475. And then other fees, I love this part. So other fees, so tournament fee entries can range anywhere from $50 to $75 per player per tournament. And occasional indoor arena rental, $5 per player per event. And overhead for academy communication channels, website hosting fees, phone, hotline, etc. Roughly $5 to $10 per player per year. Admin costs of $5 per player per year. And expenses, goalkeeping gloves, $1 to $2 per player for communal keeper gloves. And pictures, that depends on whatever the costs are. So these are extra. And all this stuff reminds me of fees in colleges and universities. If you go to SoCal Blues website, it looks like, registration for a college. I mean, let me show you. I want to pull up the PDF real quick. So if you look at the SoCal Blues PDF, let me pull that up right now. And switch to my computer screen. SoCal Blues. So this is a player agreement, a parent agreement, excuse me. It goes over, who their objectives, introduction, and look how long this is. Team tryouts. So they talk about the team players and how this is all going to the photo release. It covers a lot of things. So I'm going to scroll down to the point of costs and stuff. So, all right, SoCal Blues 2018-19 player dues. So the Blues Youth Academy, which is basically the rec, is one lump sum of $800. Don't worry, or you can do a payment plan of, $175 late payment. You get all these other fees, but it gets upwards to $2,850 or a deposit program, and they have these late payment fees. You get nailed with this, and refund policy. It's 50% back for if COVID hits or something like that, which is covered in here. Act of God, or act of government enforcement. That's not covered, and that's where we're fighting with a lot of clubs. Are fighting with a lot of parents about what is owed. They have financial aid. Contact the financial aid to obtain it and fill out all these other. This is just like going to college. And it's getting ridiculous. And the reason I bring this up is universities are in big trouble. They keep raising their prices because they created a fake demand. They created a fake view of what's going on. Like you must go to Harvard kind of mentality is you must play for this club mentality. And if you don't, you're not going to get a good job. And in this case, in soccer, if you don't, you're not going to be able to go to university and play because you're not going to be seen because you have to do it this way. This is all crazy. And it's only going to go higher based on the demand. And let me give it, the universities, they don't teach you, spoiler alert. So I went to Loyola Marymount University. That's not an easy university to get into. I probably should have never got in. I wasn't that bright. But I was an athlete, and I was the number one athlete. for the men's soccer program at the time in 1997. And the classes I went to, I mean, the far as them helping me get advice, none of that happened. I was on my own. I was picking up my classes on my own. And this school is expensive. At the time, it was like $21,000 a year. That was in 1997. Right now, it's up to like $50,000, $60,000 a year, which is insane, for that. How does it go up in value? I mean, they did not serve me at all. There's no system in place, and you can blame the coaches or whatever, but I talked I was on my own. I had to go through admissions department, all that, and I'm like, help me. No one would help me. So my first day in class, I'm in the wrong class, of course, scheduled in the wrong class. I was in a math class, and it was only in Spanish, only teaching Spanish, and I get all that, and re-register. It was horrible. So I had a history class and a psychology class and some other class. But anyways, all my professors, they did not teach at all. They would talk about themselves and just unprepared and just talk about nothing that was preparing us for the test. And classes, it wasn't homework driven. It was, you got 2 exams in the fall and 2 exams in the spring. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. And you go to class and all this stuff, and they didn't teach. They say, basically, read this book, and we're going to test you on this book. But what I'm lecturing about is not going to. I mean, are you kidding me? What is the value of education if all we're going to hear from these high-paid faculty goofballs? They're just talking about their life. And I'm not saying this about everybody. This is my experience, and it's mine, and I own it. Where was the teaching? There wasn't. Go read this book. There was no teaching. Why didn't I even go to class? I learned nothing. So, obviously, I didn't stay around. Other reasons, but it's not... I mean, you're paying this kind of money to take tests. You can do that online. What is the value of education? It's the same thing with soccer. If you want to be good, if you want to produce in the workforce from a college degree or whatever, it's not about what degree you have. It's about can you get things done? Can you get things done? Are you successful? I mean, you must be good at your job. Experience matters. A college degree doesn't. It has, you need experience. You got to be a well-rounded human being. They don't teach you that, but you're paying everything for what? You want to go in debt for a guy or some professor coming in and say, study this. I'm going to tell you about my time at this coffee shop at Starbucks. It's not real. It's kind of like, so use soccer. You're paying, assuming that you're going to be entitled. That's what universities are. It's about entitled, spoiled, rich brats that got in somehow because they could afford it or they paid someone to get them in. It's a big joke. If you want to be a good soccer player, it's not about the club. They're not going to get you there at all. You have to be good. Are you athletic? Do you have good work ethic? Are you a good human being? Are you able to be technical? Did you watch the game? Did you involve yourself in the culture of the game? It takes more. It's not a soccer club, ladies and gentlemen. Never was. Ever. It's a problem that we think if we're part of some group, we're going to be successful. It's your community that makes you successful. Your home community. I don't know if any of this podcast made sense, but I'm tired and I'm done and I'm moving on. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. I'm thinking about pausing this podcast because, like I said, if I'm being censored by YouTube, what's the point? All right, peace out.